is Shonda Eccles, and I am making this YouTube video today for my HRD Lean class. So, in this class, we learned a lot about organizing things. We learned a lot about getting rid of waste. Speaking of waste, that's one of the terms that I'll be touching on today. So, the first term that I'm going to start off with is supermarket. So, in Lean, what the term supermarket means is basically having, when you think about a grocery store, having everything in the aisles that you need. If that's like you're going down the aisle where sugar is, you have like enough sugar and stuff. If that's like you're going to the aisle with the cheese, having like cheese there, just enough cheese so customers can grab what they need, but not enough cheese where it's like just too much and it's like all cluttered. The next term that I'll be talking about is tech time. So tech time basically is like speeding up your process and making sure that like if a customer needs paper towel, we have employees going out on the floor and stocking that paper towel before the customers get there, because you don't want to necessarily like have like the product but you don't necessarily have it out there yet. Like that would create a lot of problems and confusion. Then the next term that we have is theory of constraints. So with this theory, it's basically focused on removing obstacles. So if you notice that it was like so many things in the way, like when we think back to the grocery store, so many things in the way of the customer that they can't even get to the actual products that they need because y'all have like a lot of extra things that's kind of like, how about instead of having it zigzag, we just have it open so customers can walk through like each aisle. And then after that, we have throughput time. So throughput time will be like the total time that it takes to make a product from like the idea stage and then all the way to the finish stage. So if you can literally, let's see, what word am I looking for? If you can speed up a process and you don't have to necessarily do A, B, C, D, and you can do A, B, C, and you don't need D, and then you would want to do that inside your grocery store still. And then we have total productive maintenance. So total productive maintenance means that this just keeps everything going with no delay. And then after that, we have value stream mapping. So value stream mapping would also be called VSM. If you don't want to say value stream mapping, sometimes I just say VSM. So you're going to say VSM today. That would be when you are mapping like out the store in the spots, and then you know like, okay, so we're going to slow down things over here to get rid of this waste. And then we're going to also make sure that we find things that can still be improved throughout the whole process. But overall, you want to make sure like things are still efficient and not super slow down. And then after that, we have visual control. So for example, if you notice that people are not finding things in grocery stores again, that's why they have the labels. So it's like, what aisle is sugar in? You can look at the top and you can be like, oh, sugar is down this aisle because they have like the label. So that kind of helps with that. So when you think of visual control, you can just think about what helps me find this? What helps me know that I have to stop at a stop sign? Visual control. So it's like the labels. And then waste. Waste is basically anything that is extra and not needed. So in grocery stores, waste can be if somebody decided to put all of the sugar down the sugar aisle, but it was like not even on the shelves, and some of it was like on the floor stacked up. So that will be waste. So we don't want to have it on the floor stacked up. And then the other one was Yoko Ting. I think I'm pronouncing it right. Basically, that means if it's people inside the grocery store that found a quicker and more efficient way, they share that with the other team members and they don't necessarily like just keep it to themselves. So that can help like those other departments too as well, like get on the same pace with that same department that is like more advanced and figured out things that works better. And then lastly, we have walk. So this is basically when like the managers walk throughout the store and they're making sure that like everything is clear, everything is like going right and how it should be. We don't have any waste over here. We have like our supermarket where everything is like stocked. So overall, I do like, personally, if I say I do like the supermarket term the most, just because it's like it makes so much sense. And I learned a lot from this lean class, and I think this will overall help me like be more productive or or even more efficient, because like just going through some of these terms and like with the assignments that we had to do when we had to, for one, apply it to our home. And I did like my nightstand, so I used the lean concept. I took out all of the extra stuff. I took out things that don't even go in my nightstand, but then I also kept things in there when it's like, okay, I have pans in here, I don't need like 6,000 pans, let's just stick to 3 pans. I hope this video was helpful. That was my 10 terms for my lean class. Thank you all for watching. Bye.